G'day, just doing a bit of work on a Ford Everest 2018 turbo diesel. I'll just show you something that might help you along the way. And these have the Gen 2 6R80 transmissions in them. I've done a bit of work on the valve body, put a zip kit through, changed all the solenoids, mechatronic plate, put a thermal bypass on, new valve body to case seals and the case connector. Now on these, if you have a look, there's not much room to get into the area where you fill the oil up here on the little plug there. You've got a 19mm plug like that, and you've got the dipstick. There's a fair bit of confusion. I've had quite a few emails sent to me on how to check the fluid level on these, and there are a few different versions of information. To start with, I'll just show you what you've got to look for. If we push that, and there is a little step there, if you have a look, there'll be an A and a B level or fluid level mark, and you've got to check the fluid level at different temperatures. Now quite often the temperature's like over 80 degrees at the A, and probably up to 102 degrees on the top B mark. But what I'll show you, you haven't got a lot of room there, and you're going to definitely burn yourself by the time you get the right oil level. Now if we measure the fluid level from the housing to the top B mark, it is 10mm. And you'll see the reason why we're doing this in a moment. The bottom A mark, which is 80 degrees, is at about 25mm, and then you got the other one, the mark between the A and the B, which will be at about 85 to 88 degrees, and that's at about 18mm from the housing. So here I am on a shop manual. This one's for a Mustang, and you can see the crosshatch section there, and that would be corresponding to the one that we've got. That would be the A mark, and you need to get them to between 80 and 85 degrees in park. If you test them in drive, you'll notice that the fluid level is different to when it is in park as well. And here we've got another bulletin just showing you the fluid level. You can see this one's got between the, what is it, the letter H on hot, and probably on the L in the word idling, way down here, and it's 90 to 110 Fahrenheit, which is about 32 to 43 degrees. Now ours doesn't have those letterings, and if you don't know the measurement, it makes it a little bit awkward. And up here on the A level mark here is 175, which is about 80 degrees, and 88 or 90 degrees on the 190 Fahrenheit equivalent mark. So you can see there is a bit of confusion depending on which manual you've got. And here we've got another manual, the F-150 vehicle, and this one actually says that the B mark, it's actually got an A mark and a B mark, and it's saying 91 to 102 degrees. So what does all that mean? It's still difficult to get that accurate measurement, especially when you're up at that high temperature range. The 30 to 43 range is okay if you were working with the transmission fluid, but the problem is the exhaust is going to be a lot hotter than that in that area. And here's our solution. We've marked That mark there, the top mark where my thumb is the top B mark. You got the middle mark, and that line there is the lower A mark. And you'll notice we've left that section on there just to show that you've almost got the right amount of fluid in there. Now you can either top up the fluid with this tube by pushing it in, and what we do is we partially overfill the transmission, and then we put our vacuum pump on here and suck it out to the correct oil level according to those temperatures. The issue is, if you're making this tool, is when you're moving it like this in the case, the oil level will be going up and down. So what you need to do is just confirm that 10 mil off the top from the housing or the case, it's reaching up to this mark here. And what we do is we just put a little mark there where the edge of the housing will be when that's exactly in that position. So it doesn't matter if we move it around like this, we'll know that has to be lined up with the housing for it to be exactly 10 mil. One other thing you can do, you could probably solder a washer or something on there, but we use this tool with other transmissions, so that height, sometimes we need it, moved to a different spot. So what we do is we push it in like so, like that, you can see it. And if you have a look over here, we've got that blue mark. So you can see it's on that blue mark there. So the mark is on the inner blue mark. There's two marks there, that's for a different transmission. And that is at 10 mil. See that? So what we do is we just hold that at that mark there, so we know that is not moving around like that or showing an incorrect level. You can see that. And we just hook up our vacuum pump to this pipe, and that'll suck out the fluid to that exact level according to the temperature. You'll have your scan tool or your digital thermometer measuring the correct temperature, and that way you won't burn yourself by putting your arm in here, and that's how you get the correct fluid level. Anyway, I hope that information helps. I hope it makes sense. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Throw us a beer if any of this information helps, and if you have any comments or suggestions, leave them in the section below. Thank you for watching.